We'd seen what latent heat is in the previous video. There is a certain amount of heat required to convert solid to liquid and liquid matter into gaseous state. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kilogram of solid to liquid at its melting point is known as the latent heat of fusion. Understand this well. 1 kilogram of solid to liquid at its melting point. That's the latent heat of fusion. What about the latent heat of vaporization? Can you guess? Here it is the amount of heat energy required to change 1 kilogram of liquid to gas at atmospheric pressure at its boiling point. Solid to liquid, fusion, and liquid to gaseous, vaporization. Let me ask you something now. When wet clothes dry, the moisture in them disappears after a few hours. Is this vaporization? Not really, it's evaporation. So a change of liquid to its vapor state at any temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. The moisture or water present in the clothes does not reach boiling point when it changes its state. Hence, it's evaporation. But if it changes from liquid state to vapor state at the boiling point, then it's called boiling. Basically, evaporation and boiling are two types of vaporization. However, the amount of evaporation depends on many factors. Do you know what they are? When you dry clothes, you tend to spread them in order to get them dried quickly. Why do we do that? Well, the greater the surface area, the greater will be the rate of evaporation. Secondly, we dry clothes by exposing them to the hot sun. Why do we do this? Temperature and the rate of evaporation are directly proportional to each other. The higher the temperature, higher will be the rate of evaporation. Have you also observed that during monsoons, clothes do not dry easily? What could be the reason behind this phenomenon? During the monsoons, the humidity in the air is far greater. That is, the air contains a lot of water vapor. It has very little space to hold any more water vapor. Therefore, during monsoons, clothes take longer time to dry. What did you learn about the relationship between humidity and evaporation? Higher the rate of humidity, lower will be the rate of evaporation. What happens when clothes are dried when the atmosphere is windy? Do winds help clothes to dry faster? Yes, of course they do. Winds carry away the moisture and water vapor which is present in the air, thus the rate of evaporation increases. So these were the factors on which the rate of evaporation depends. But do you know what happens during evaporation? The particles of matter which are present in the top layer possess more kinetic energy than the particles in the lower layer. They are able to break away from the binding force faster. This results in quick evaporation of the topmost layers. This is pretty much all we had to know about evaporation. But what if we want to convert the evaporated particles back to water? Well, the answer lies in cooling them. Heating helps the particles evaporate, while cooling helps them convert back into liquid state. You must have observed the droplets of water which form on the surface of an object taken out of the refrigerator. Do you know why this happens? Well, the particles of water vapor lose energy and